Welcome here to Palm Springs Stadium for game number 1 of the Power Summer Collegiate League. I'm Ethan Oliveras, joined by Sam Egan. And Sam, today, like I mentioned, it's game 1 of the PSCL. It's going to Blue Sox versus the Lumberjacks. What is something that you're going to be looking forward this season, a month-long baseball summer collegiate league?
You know, in this league, it's a lot of development for all these guys, and this is a great opportunity for these guys to really develop as players, trying to establish themselves and get playing time, whether at their current schools or they're looking for a new home, find themselves a new home, and that's exactly what the PSL is supposed to do. It's supposed to be a springboard for these players to get to their next step, and I'm excited to see kind of how these players go through these growing pains of the summer in a really hot environment, and especially for these hitters in a ballpark that isn't hitters-friendly, how they adjust to a ballpark that maybe doesn't accustom to them.
No, 100% here. You mentioned that non-hitters ballpark. We're here at Palm Springs Stadium, like I mentioned, where the Palm Springs Power play. And many of these guys, too, out here on the field today of this game, and not just this game, but the whole summer, we're going to see a couple of Power guys playing both in the PSCL and also with the Power. So that's more reps for them, like you mentioned, to try to get up and you never know. Anyone down here, head coach Casey Dill for the Palm Springs Power could call up a guy if he needs a pitcher, he needs a bat that day. You never know. Injuries happen, too.
Yeah, injuries happen, and there's guys who can struggle on the Power. We saw at the beginning of the year how their pitching staff struggled in that first week. They've really started to find their footing, but like you said, with this being such a quick season for both sides, that a rough week could quickly turn into a roster change.
100% here. And the home team today is going to be the Blue Sox, and the away team is going to be the Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks in green, the Blue Sox in all blue. And leading off for the Lumberjacks is number 7, Aaron Raposa. Playing shortstop, batting first today. That one just missed the outside corner. You mentioned that heat. They play in these early games, 9 a.m. start here, and over on our turf field as well. That game started at 8:30, so some early games here to try to stay out of the heat. We also have another game right after this one, going to be starting at 11:30 on Palm Springs Stadium. It's a 1-1 count now to Raposa. Upstairs, ball 2.
And for Raposa, you saw him going down behind the count, quickly 0-1, and then quickly recover there. Now ahead in the count, 2-1. One of the rare lefties in this lineup here, trying to do some damage.
To definitely try to do some damage there. Big hack fouled straight back. Count now even, 2-2. And this Power Summer Collegiate League is people of all levels, whether it's you just graduated high school and you're going to be an incoming freshman trying to get some work, or whether you're a sophomore, junior, or senior. There's everything here, so it's definitely a wide variety as Raposa swings and misses there for out number 1.
Good start to the season on the mound. It's a quick strikeout after going behind in the count 2-1, quickly bouncing back, firing 2 strikes, 2 tough pitches to Raposa, and both pitches that he swung through.
It's now going to bring up one of those Power players that we were talking about, Tyler Barsness. Barsness started the opening day for the Palm Springs Power, and today's batting second, playing third base. It's in there for strike number 1.
Barsness takes a nice off-speed pitch. Looked a little bit low, but got the called strike. So as a hitter, you got to know that zone out here might be a little bit expanded, so you got to try and do damage early and often.
Bars is certainly a guy who has great discipline, can go ahead and put the ball in play as well, as he sends that one out to left. It's going back, and it's going to be over the head. That one has to carry, hit the bottom of the wall, and Bardis will have a stand-up double. Sam, that ball just kept taking off, and that went over the left fielder's head, Thompson, out there in left field.
Yeah, especially in the morning. It might be tough to, get a good poke on the baseball. Sometimes the wind just will kill the baseball out here, but not the case here for the 2-hole hitter. Just gets a nice poke on it and just shy of going over that fence, but due to a poor step out there in left field, went first step in instead of back, led to that ball landing.
Bars is not a guy with a lot of power either. Did not have a home run at the University of Redlands where he played last season, and just came up a little bit short there as it hit the bottom of the wall. That's a 1-0 count. Now up to the plate, Dylan Garcia. So early Lumberjacks trying to take a 1-0 lead. That one's in there for strike one.
I'm liking that this arm here can quickly just fire in strikes, get it into the zone, and not really many questions asked other than just firing in strikes and making the offense beat you.
It's all you can ask for really here is just ask your pitchers. Is like you mentioned, it's more for work for them to get some work, get some live reps, get ready for the season, try to get better, and hopefully too be able to play for the power too if they ever need an arm. And I think in this league, you never want to just come out here and throw balls, have long innings. You mentioned the heat. You want to make it quick. You want to have your nice routine for your defense and for your offense too, routine of getting as many as bats as possible. This is a 7-inning ball game as well, so you have to take that into accountability. As this one's hit hard right at the third baseman. Great play there on to first for out number 2. That's a good stop by Salter over there at third base.
It's a great stop right there. Made a tough play look easy, and those quick hoppers can sometimes really be tough. We've seen a couple of those just get past, especially on this infield, get past the third baseman, take a weird hop, go over the head of the third baseman. So nice job of staying with it, making the play, and getting out number 2.
You'll now bring up the 4-hole hitter, Logan Warden, the first baseman. Also, Warden was with the power earlier this season as he can't hold up his swing there for strike one.
Warden played just the other day with the power, had an offer in that effort, and looking to have a bounce-back day here with the Jacks, and looking to get himself more playing time with the power as a result of it. And we'll see if he can do just that.
Nice breaking ball there, but just lands high for ball one. Count now even. Comes the 1-1 to Warden. This one's skied high to center fielder Johnson. And he'll make the catch for out number 3. So Watanabe surrenders a double to Barzis, but then gets out of the inning with the fly ball. It's 0-0 heading to the bottom half of the first. Good, Buck? Back here to Palm Springs Stadium as the Lumberjacks in the top half of the first inning had a double, but other than that, no really action going. And now up to play now for the Blue Sox is Derek Thompson, another switch hitter who also played for the Palm Springs Power as well. He had a two-hit game in his last appearance with the Power.
Yeah, Thompson's looked really well for the Power. In his last game, they had him playing second base. A typical outfielder, is a primary outfielder, but made some nice plays at that second base position, for the Power just the other night, and maybe looking to get more repetitions on the infield might be the main goal for Thompson here in the PSEL as he steps in the leadoff hole for the Blue Sox.
That one just missed the outside corner, and yesterday Thompson as well. Palm Springs Power had a doubleheader away, and Thompson had 3 hits in that appearance as well, and now flips around here and gets an early morning start here for the Blue Sox. This one inside-out swing, going to fly and carry to the center fielder, Rodriguez, for out number 1.
Good job by Thompson, nonetheless, to get some good one on it. And a pitch that he'd otherwise maybe get jammed on. Didn't get his best piece on it. Could tell there's a little bit in on his hands. Just popped it up, and that's out number 1.
Now bringing to play center fielder, Justice Johnson. He's hacking early. This one fouled straight back. Pitching on the mound for the Lumberjacks going to be number 18, Carlos Guzman. Comes the 0-1. This one hit sharply, and it's going to be right through that 5-6 hole for a base hit for Johnson, and the Blue Sox have their first hit of the game.
Both teams with a hit in the first inning. This one, both coming from the 2-hole hitters, and this one getting just a sharp single in between third and short. But that's all you got to do. Get yourself aboard and hopefully get yourself around. We'll see if they can do exactly that with the 3-hole hitter coming up.
That 3-hitter up to the plate is Michael Salser. He made a nice play over there at third base in the top half of the first. Goes fishing at that one in the dirt. We'll see, too, here in this league, if we see a lot of stolen bases, test the arms, test the agility of all these guys. And Johnson awkwardly slides back over to first base there.
Got back in. I'm sure he'll tell you that wasn't his prettiest move to get back into first. Took a couple stumbles back into the bag, but looks like my type of slide.
You know, sometimes when there's a pickoff back to first, you get caught in between. Do I want to slide back or can I go up just standing back? And that one looked like Johnson just got caught in between.
Yeah, couldn't make up his mind right there. Good observation from Yui, and after a quick strike there, now it's 1-1.
See there, he has a decent lead over there. See what John takes off. Not that pitch, as this one's lined over the head of the shortstop, and that's back-to-back hits now for the Blue Sox. Runners at first and second with 1 down.
And keeping the line moving, but unfortunately hit that ball too hard that he couldn't find a gap and had to keep that runner at second base. But 2 on and only 1 out here, and you're bringing up your cleanup hitter. That should usually lead to damage.
Is Julius Guanio, the designated hitter. And this game has a chance to pick up an RBI early. Same thing that the Lumberjacks had at the top of the first. Had that 1-out double from Barsness, but couldn't bring him in. Comes the 1-0. That one inside for strike 1. Great placement there from Guzman.
Got the check swing there on an inside pitch, and that is very critical. Sometimes tough to get that swing and miss. And I think the batter thinking about swinging influenced maybe a strike call.
He'll pick off towards second. Nothing going. And so far, we've seen all 3 hits now combined in this game have been to that pole side left field. Hitters maybe a little antsy right now trying to get out in front. But that is, if pitchers see that, he could drop in that off speed like that. That's a dribbler back to Guzman. He slips and falls, tries to throw it, and he still makes the play. Umpire says off the bag there. It looked like first baseman Warden caught it off the bag, then went back and got the tag there. This runner is called safe, so now it's going to be bases loaded with 1 out.
And I think that one should probably go down as a hit. I'm going to put it down as a hit on the scoreboard. I think that's one that it's really tough. It's one that hit so slow. It's one of those Baltimore specials where sometimes you just hit it on a chop, hit it too slowly, where by the time someone fields it, you're pretty much at the bag. And that one was a bang, bang play, a tough play for Guzman, especially sitting on his buttocks. Makes the throw over to first base, and fortunately for him, just went a little bit wide. First baseman almost made a great play on it, tagging the bag, but it was too late, and now they're loaded.
So now that's 3 singles in a row now for the Blue Sox. Umpires did come together right now to get a talk, see if the home plate umpire did have a better view on that one. They said Warden was still off the bag, did not get back in time. So bases loaded, 1 out, and bring up Arredondo. Arredondo, excuse me. Samuel Arredondo, the first baseman for the Blue Sox. From Los Angeles Harbor College. Someone's in there for strike one, counts even. So if you're Guzman here now, after that tough, difficult play, hopefully reset here and can't take a break now as bases are juiced. It can be hard as a pitcher sometimes when you have to go off and get off the mound and make a play. Really takes a lot of energy, especially right there. As you mentioned, he fell on his backside in a tough play there. Almost made that play. Great effort. But now have to kind of reset. That one gets the outside corner for strike three. Guzman, a much needed strikeout, picks up strike out number two.
Much needed is an understatement, especially with the infield not being in. That's one where if a ball's put in play, it's definitely going to score the go-ahead run, although it's the first inning. Every run matters in a 7-inning game, and that one just passed the hitter, froze him, had him window shopping for out number two, and gets best-case scenario for Guzman on the mound, and one pitch can get him out of this inning.
I was going to bring up to the play right in Sasaki. He falls behind 0-1 as he fouled that one straight back. That was Guzman's first strikeout of the game, much needed after, as this one's a dribbler over to shortstop and on to first for out number three. Great work there from Guzman. Had the bases juice with one out and gets out of the jam. Score remains 0-0 heading to the top half of the second.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back here to in the top half of the second inning at Palm Springs Stadium between the Blue Sox versus the Lumberjacks in Game 1 of this PSCL, or maybe I should say Game 2, as Game 1 started on the turf field behind Palm Springs Stadium at 8:30, where our colleague Jack Glennon is over there keeping score of that game, and we're here, myself, Ethan Oliveras, and Sam Egan here for the first game on Palm Springs Stadium.
Nonetheless, very exciting. Opening day, doesn't matter the level. When you get an opening day, it's always bringing a new excitement to the ballpark, a new jolt to everyone in attendance, and we'll see if that can translate over onto the field, especially with the offense after scoreless first inning.
Yeah, both offenses had some action there on the base pass, looking to continue that trend, but want to score some runs behind it. So that one just misses upstairs, and it's now Austel Villanueva up to bat for the Lumberjacks.
For Watanabe, he gets to face a lot of right-handers in this Jacks lineup. So after facing a lefty to start off, it's been all righties as of so far. Looking to attack with a righty up here, but already behind in the count 2-0. But with the lefty on deck, you don't want to walk the leadoff guy just because you don't want to, especially because you don't want to walk the leadoff guy, but also with the lefty on deck, could cause some problems.
Great pitch there by Watanabe. Change speed there in for strike one. And that's a great pitch for these pitchers. That's a good sign to see from Watanabe. When you fall behind 2-0, most hitters sitting dead red fastball. So if you can drop in a breaking ball in there, it's a great sight. And then changes eye levels again and speed with that fastball for strike two. Now you look back, and now you're right back in the count.
Yeah, right back at it, quickly even. And it's a great mix going from the off speed to the fastball. And it's been that off-speed pitch that has maybe been his best pitch all day, and a pitch that you really especially don't expect on a 2-0. He throws on 2-0, gets the called strike, then fires one in there, and quickly even. Hitter doesn't know what's next.
Here comes a 2-2. He goes with the off-speed again, and they'll check if he went. Yes, he did. And that's strikeout number 2 on the day for Watanabe. Great job there to come back after falling behind 2-0.
So that slider or sweeper, whatever you want to call it now, I know it has different names now, but that pitch, nonetheless, still disgusting from Watanabe and had the hitter fooled instantly. Saw the slider, had him a little bit out of sorts on that third pitch and went back to it on pitch number 5 of the AB, and it got him strike 3. 3 straight strikes, an impressive AB there from Watanabe.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks is Brian London, starting in right field in today's game. He's way ahead out on that one. Counts even. 1-1. And there's that speed change again from Watanabe, doing a great job to keep these hitters off balance, especially early.
And you see with some pitchers that they'll like to double, maybe triple up on guys on a pitch if they feel it's really working. Watanabe hasn't shown that so far, and we'll see maybe the second time through the order he starts being more reliant on that slider. But for now, doing a good job of mixing pitches and getting results so far.
So that one's fouled down the third baseline. Now London falls behind 1-2.
A lot of 2 strikeouts for Watanabe. It's forced either weak contact or the strikeouts. Already 2 in this ball game, and looking for number 3 here. We'll strikeout against both lefties he's faced.
And we'll see if he can pick up strikeout number 3 here. This one's put in play over to the right side. Going to flip it on to Watanabe for out number 2. Good play over there from Arredondo.
Doesn't get the strikeout, but does get a PFP, and mentioned that it'll lead to a strikeout or a weak contact, and did get precisely that weak contact. Got out number 2.
So quick 2 outs from Watanabe. Looking for a clean 1-2-3 inning here. So that one's in the dirt for ball 1.
That was a changeup that missed a little bit. It's been that changeup that's been getting some swing and miss. Fastball, changeup, slider mix so far from Watanabe, and firing a first pitch changeup, trying to get a swing and miss, and good discipline at the plate.
There's that firm fastball sitting right in the outside corner.
That fastball's been firm today, and it's been so effective that has really been able to create those other pitches, the slider and the changeup, to have as much deception as they have and been so effective as they have, because the fastball has been nearly finding the zone every time, and it's been those off-speed pitches that look like they're going to be in the same location and then just dive out at the end.
You've seen that fastball there, way behind on that one. Now 1-2. We'll see if he likes to double up here with the fastball or go with the off-speed. Goes to the off-speed and gets him swinging. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Watanabe. He has his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. We'll be back after this break.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Hey, Coachella Valley, Patrick Summers here, General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Spring is here and summer is right behind it. Don't get caught with a broken air conditioning system. Call us now. Let us get a tune-up done. We're offering a special for $79. It comes with a seasonal guarantee. Call our team today. Get yourself scheduled before the heat hits. Be proactive, not reactive. Go ahead and book at callthegeneral.com or call our offices and we'll get you taken care of.
Who is that?
Liam watched me slam 2 double-doubles in 5 minutes, and then I went home and had a couple of snacks, and after I had a couple
Welcome back here in the bottom half of the second. As the score remains 0-0, but a total combined 4 hits in this one so far early. I'll bring up Grayson Hosbrook. He puts this one in play to the left side. Going to be a tough play, and it's going to be off the glove. It's going to go down as an E6, but the Blue Sox again have another runner on base.
Yeah, I don't know if that one will go down as a hit or an error. That one's such a tough play to make, getting past the third baseman. Shortstop would have had to make a really tough throw, even if he could have corralled that one cleanly. Going to likely go down as a hit, and leadoff guy is once again aboard for the Blue Sox.
And he takes off early. Pitcher doesn't see him. Great job by Guzman. And then to track him down, he's in a pickle. Here's Hausbrook for out number 1. Hausbrook was trying to take off early. Lead got too big. And right when the Blue Sox get that leadoff runner on, they run themselves out.
I think just tried to catch Guzman napping right there as he took off before the pitch was even thrown. Guzman didn't realize it right away. He was just holding the baseball, and then his entire dugout shouting at him, runner, runner, runner. Just throws it over the second well before the runner could even get there. And just a boneheaded play on the base paths for out number 1 after getting your leadoff hitter aboard 1 pitch into the inning.
Now batting is Alika Balberti from Feather River College. Freshman. This one put in play towards the left side, but it's going to catch the seats. Now falls behind 0-2.
And this is how quickly an inning can change. You have a leadoff guy on, and all of a sudden you have 0-2 with 1 out. You get this strikeout here, you get 2 outs in about 3 pitches. Shows you how quickly a game can flip on its head.
0-2, great job by Balberti to foul that one off. And you mentioned too, Guzman just in that first inning had bases loaded, pitched a long inning in that one. So, and here too in the second inning, that mistake doesn't happen. You can have him put him in another high-pressure situation, and no pitcher, especially in the first 2 innings, want to continue to be in those high-pressure, stress situations.
Can work up the pitch count, put a lot of stress on the bullpen, or create a mistake by the starter by throwing too many pitches.
That one just misses downstairs. 1-2. This one put in play towards the right side. It's going to get through. And Balberti has his first hit of the PSCL season.
It's a great piece of 2-strike hitting, but obviously you look back at the beginning of the at-bat and what could have been. So getting picked off on the bases, you could have first and second, nobody out. After loading the bases and leaving them stranded with 1 out last inning. Now just 1 on and 1 out. You got to hope for the bottom of your lineup to pick you up.
We'll now bring up Damian Quintana, the number 9 hitter in this one. This one's put in play. Their home plate umpire is going to rule foul balls. It appears to hit off of Quintana's leg. Got a little stinger there, trying to shake that one out.
Yeah, just trying to shake it out as he is right now. And fortunately for him, fortunately but unfortunately, you can say that ball went off his foot. Fortunately because it would have been a double play and out of the inning, but unfortunately because that one hurts and it doesn't hurt a little.
Oh, yeah, that never feels good. That foul off the shin. He has a leg guard, but oftentimes, as we know, the ball misses the leg guard supposedly every time. And Balberti's going to take off. That's a strong throw, but just high, and Balberti's going to have a stolen base.
So first swipe sack of the day, and we don't know what's going on in the other field, so we'll say it's the first steal of the PSCL season.
Definitely the first steal for Balberti. Balberti picked up his first hit in the bottom half of the second, and now his first stolen base. See if Quintana can get him home. Swings behind that one, now falls behind. 0-2.
Quintana quickly taking time here, trying to... Maybe that was strike three.
Yeah.
Was there maybe... Now, there's no pitch clock here, so unless there's some violation.
It didn't look... home plate umpire must have called a strike on that throw down, but that pitch appeared to be high and away in our eyes, but I guess that was strike 3 on Quintana, so we'll bring back up the top of the lineup.
I think even Quintana was a little bit confused until he heard strike 3 being called.
Yeah, because he didn't leave the box right away either.
And now another pickoff move. That one could have worked if it stays in the glove, and a nice move there on the mound by Gomez.
It will not be the top of the lineup yet, as Derek Thompson is the leadoff hitter. He's on deck. It's going to be Isaac Imamura. He puts that one to the left side. Fielded cleanly on to first for out number 3. Another inning where Guzman had some traffic on the base pass, but gets out of it. Score remains 0-0, heading to the top half of the third. We're back here for the top half of the third inning. Blue Sox and Lumberjacks remain scoreless through the first 2 innings, and we'll see here if the Lumberjacks can get something going. And leading off for the Lumberjacks is the left fielder, number 24, Ben Wade.
It's another one of those power guys in Ben Wade. He's been behind the dish consistently for the power all season long as he takes a first pitch strike.
Ben had 2 hits yesterday.
Ben Wade, another guy with the power, like you mentioned, had a 2-hit game
Game 2.
in Game 2 of that doubleheader where the Palm Springs Power were playing away, but they are home here tonight.
And for those in the area, I hope you can join us here. 7 o'clock first pitch here at Palm Springs Stadium. On a beautiful Tuesday night here.
I think it's against the Bombers, San Diego.
This one's fouled off towards the right side. Palm Springs Power will be taking on San Diego Bombers.
Like 90% sure of the CCL.
Be another non-conference matchup to start off the season for the Power. Had a road game yesterday in Anaheim, a road doubleheader that they took both of.
Save it to 1-2 count.
And Ben Wade fouls another one off.
It's a Power team that starting to really find their footing after losing a really tough game at home up 5. They've responded to win their next 5 games. Or next 4 games, looking to make it 5 in a row here tonight. The 1-2 from Watanabe.
And Ben Wade goes down swinging. It's 2 strikeouts in a row now for Watanabe dating to last inning.
It's 4th overall of the game, so some really disgusting stuff on the mound for Watanabe.
I'll bring up Jose Rodriguez. So he's first pitch hacking. That one roped, but just foul, as that one would have for sure been extra bases, maybe even a triple here at Palm Springs Stadium. A big outfield here, and once that ball rolls down the line, it's a long sprint race for outfield to try to cut that one off. Takes a good relay to cut down a runner here. This time Watanabe changes speeds again and gets Rodriguez chasing for strike 2.
Yeah, it's been just disgusting so far from Watanabe. Whether it's been the fastball, whether it's been the off speed, he's been able to mix up his spots and paint the corners.
Watanabe going for his third straight strikeout, but Rodriguez fouls it off.
And that's a great pitch nonetheless, because you're either going to get a swing and miss on that high and outside fastball, or you get weak contact like that where he fouls it away. And now it sets up the rest of the play right here where you can likely go with maybe an off-speed pitch in that same spot or bury it even lower and likely get a swing and miss.
Another one fouled straight back. That one just over our head in the booth. We're still waiting for that one day for us to get a ball that lands perfectly here in the booth. We'll see if it ever happens.
It'll be a lot tougher with these PSCL games. Obviously, our window's shaded closed a little bit more due to the sun. So it'd be tough to throw one into here with the way the window is right now, but hitting one into here would be next to impossible.
Watanabe spikes that one.
So Watanabe, after a couple of foul balls, tries to throw what isn't an uncompetitive pitch, but a pitch that's well out of the zone to try and get a swing and miss, and pretty much throw a pitch that the hitter cannot foul off. And with 0-2, you don't blame the strategy right there. Unfortunately for him, couldn't get the swing and miss, and now we'll see what he follows up with.
See here if he wants to go to that fastball now after showing him that breaking ball, but he'll do the breaking ball again onto the shortstop. Tough play, and great job by Rodriguez to run down that line for a base hit.
That one going to go down as a hit for sure. And absolute wheels from Rodriguez.
Great effort there from Quintana at shortstop. Another good pitch by Watanabe. Had the off speed, had Rodriguez way out in front. But Quintana had to run up and make a quick play, and Rodriguez just beats it out.
Now you got the top of the lineup here for the Lumberjacks, and this could create a big opportunity here. Correction, not the top of the lineup yet. That's due on deck, but still nonetheless a big opportunity for the Jacks with only their second base runner of the game to really get something going.
It's Giovanni Pena, the 10-hitter for the Lumberjacks. And Rodriguez will take off for second. Strong throw down, and he just slides in there safely. That was a strong throw there behind the dish from Ryden.
And immediately looked like someone from the Blue Jack side came immediately out of the dugout to try and contest, but nothing doing right there.
Count now full to Pena. This one in the dirt. Excuse me, that was a 2-2 count. Now count full at 3-2. So good at bat from Pena. Now starting to work. That one hits the outside corner for strike one. And it'll be ball four now to Pena. Runners on first and second.
Watanabe really hasn't faced much adversity at all in this outing. Going to get a meeting to the mound. First time he's had over one base runner on the base paths at a time here today. It's been adversity on the other side for the Jack starter and Gomez all day. He's had 2-3 base runners on in his first 2 innings of work, but really the first high-stress situation with Watanabe, and with only one out, got to find a way to get a quick out here. We'll see what the game plan is here on the bump after a quick discussion.
Yeah, Watanabe's done a good job of mixing in, changing speeds, going in and out to these hitters. But I've seen a couple times now Watanabe not really landing that breaking ball first strike that we saw in the first 2 innings. So have been causing him a little bit of problems, and now it flips up to the top of the lineup. Aaron Raposa.
So a little bit of a different look here in the PSCL. Excuse me. You get 10 batters instead of 9 in the lineup, so it takes just a little bit more time to get through the card. And unopposed, unfortunately for Watanabe, walked what is now the last batter of the 10-hole hitter, which now creates an opportunity for the top half of this lineup to get going. And the guy who had the only hit for the Jacks up until this inning, standing on deck, a lot of opportunities for damage.
Raposa in his first at-bat had a strikeout. And this one flied high to the center fielder. This one very shallow, so can't tag is Rodriguez. And great job there from Watanabe to pick up the second out and not let the runners advance.
Yeah, you said it, not just picking up the out, but making sure the runners stay right where they're at. And now it's going to have to take a hit that will escape the infield, which have been tough to come by against Watanabe to drive in this run.
Now he has to face off against Tyler Barsness, who had that double off Watanabe at the bottom of the wall in the first inning.
And what's so interesting is obviously you have a coalition of guys who really haven't played together at all, with the exception of the few guys that play at the same colleges as each other. So lineup construction is always something interesting with these teams because you don't really know who's your cleanup hitter, who's your tool hitter, who's your leadoff hitter. It'll take maybe a week to figure out really a set-in-stone lineup for each of these teams. So
100%, and you got to mix in the reserves as well. They'll be coming in probably middle of the game. Looking at the lineup card for both sides before the game, it looked like, too, they already had it set where some reserves would come in the game in later innings in about the 4th or 5th inning to give them at-bats as well. So like you mentioned, it's a month long. You got about 30 days or so. Maybe the first week is the time where coaches try to figure out who goes where, who's going to play where, starters, and things of that sorts.
But something you got to, with such a quick season, you got to figure out quickly.
100%. As this one skied straight back. Catcher had a hard time finding it, and it will drop in foul ball as Arredondo from first base tried to come running in and make an incredible play, but couldn't get there.
Yeah, it would have been an incredible play. That one landing in the on-deck batter circle for the Jacks and racing nearly all the way there was Arredondo. But unfortunately for him, his catcher just couldn't find the ball, didn't know where it was, lost it in the sun, and by the time he realized the ball was behind him, it's far too late and no one could get to the ball. It's just an interesting second strike. Looking for strike 3 here, potentially on another slider.
This one hit right back up to the right side. That's another base hit for Barsness. 1 run's going to score. Here comes a second run. And Barsness now has a 2 RBI base hit.
So a 2-out, 2 RBI, 2-bagger from Tyler Barsness. 2 hits in this game, both doubles. Mentioned with Watanabe looking to maybe go with a slider right there just because of how well he's been locating it on most hitters, and catcher setting up high and in. Barsness realizing that very quickly that he was going to get a high fastball, and that'll be the day for Watanabe after giving a high fastball that Barsness got nearly every stitch of, got a great piece on it, found a gap, drove in 2. Now the lead's at 2-0.
And here comes, they'll take a mound visit to Watanabe. Not only is it going to be a mound visit, that's going to be the end of the day for Watanabe, as he was 1 out away from getting out of a jam, but is unable to do so from that 2-out, 2 RBI double from Barsness. And we'll be right back after this pitching change.
It's a family setting, we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
After just 3 outs?
Yep.
We're back here from the pitching change, and as the Lumberjacks just took a 2-0 lead from Tyler Barza's 2-out, 2 RBI double, and that was his second double of the game as well.
Only the third hit of the game from the Jacks. He's accounted for 2/3, or otherwise, as I'm sure you'll love, as our guy Steven Buxton will love, 67% other hits.
We'll see here, and Watanabe still has a runner on base as Barzis has that doubles up on second. That's going to be Watanabe's run if it does come in to score. And Barzis will take off for third, and he'll have a stolen bag easily as there's no throw from Ryden.
Definitely an interesting approach to steal with 2 outs at third base. You never want to make that last out at third base with nobody out, or especially with 2 outs, but Barsness had at least a good 15, 20-foot lead, as now that ball's going to skip away. Thought about going home and didn't, but had a 15, 20-foot lead, and the pitcher wasn't even paying any attention to him. So if they're not going to look at you, you might as well go. You only go in that situation if you're 1,000% sure. Barzis was 1,000% sure right there.
Yeah, definitely took the bags. Tyler Barzis has some speed, definitely takes off and plays that type of style at University of Redlands with head coach Aaron Hawley. Always on the move, playing small ball, stealing bags. What Barzis used to is that one kicks away from Ryden, and Barzis will stroll in on to home as that is the third run going to be charged against Watanabe.
Likely go down as a pass ball on that one. Indeed, just going past the catcher right there. So Barsness, after the double, steals third, and on the pass ball takes home. So an extra run right there, and especially if there's no result here in this at-bat from the pitch hitter in Bernston. Could be a play that looms large in this ballgame.
Another one that spiked from Wallace. It's Dylan Wallace, the new pitcher in for the Blue Sox, replacing Watanabe.
Now, I don't know for Wallace if it's maybe just crossing up his catcher or there's not good communication between the battery, but we've seen a couple pitches. All 3 pitches have at least skipped by the catcher so far.
This one hit hard, and that's a pinch hit single for Zachary Bernston in his first plate appearance.
Back-to-back hits here and a rough start to the outing for the new arm on the mound. And it's the Jacks looking to build upon this already crooked number of 3 runs.
We'll now bring up Logan Warden. He flew out to right field in his first AB. And great job by Wallace to get ahead, strike 1. And takes off as Bernston, and there'll be no throw from Ryden again. So that's his second stolen base this inning, and both off of Wallace. Sam DiMatteo, the head coach, as that's a wild pitch there from Wallace, and Bernston will now move up another 90 feet.
So the Jacks, yet again, another runner just 90 feet from scoring. Already 3 runs in this frame, all coming with 2 outs.
We'll see here now Warden just with a single, can now pick up an RBI and extend this lead. Wallace doesn't get the call there. He's tried that backdoor breaking ball, but didn't come all the way back into that plate.
Right idea. Right idea. Just couldn't find the plate. Because now that's ball 4.
Yanks that fastball outside, and Warden will reach on a walk.
And he'll bring a quick meeting to the mound after all sorts of control issues on the mound for Wallace.
Yeah, it's been his main theme of since replacing Watanabe as this one is trying to find the strike zone, and then when you fall behind in counts too, it creates more pressure on you because obviously hitters are sitting in that hitter-friendly 3-1 count, 2-0 counts, and you're not trying to give them a meatball right there to blast. So trying to hit the corners, but even then can't find the corners.
This would be interesting here. First and third, 2 outs. Sometimes you'll see a runner try and go. Usually you'll see it with 1 out. But especially with 2 outs, you may try and see it. Warden doesn't have the greatest speed in the world, but because of how well this Jacks team has been running against Wallace, may not be the worst considered idea.
This one fly to shallow right in between first and right field, but it will get out of play.
So Souvenir right side. 3 runs have already scored in the inning. All those runs are to the fault of Watanabe, or at least will be charged to Watanabe. 2 runners on here, they would be charged and tacked on to Wallace here, as well as any other runs that would score in this inning, as long as Wallace stays on the mound, and it seems like he will be for a bit with no bullpen action.
As Villanueva up to the plate for the Lumberjacks. Struck out in his first plate appearance, and we'll see Warden at first base try to lead off and get that run scored. And he indeed will get Barstein to score. It's a great offensive play there for the Lumberjacks to pick up another run. They now lead 4-0 thanks to Tyler Barnes' 2-out, 2 RBI double. And he comes around on a stolen base and a wild pitch to score. And the smart executed offensive play there from Warden. Lumberjacks now lead 4-0 heading to the bottom half of the third.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power.
And welcome back here in the bottom half of the third inning, where the Blue Sox trail the Lumberjacks a score of 4-0 as the Lumberjacks put up a crooked 4 spot in the top half of the third. And Blue Sox now looking to at least chip away. It's a good sign. They have to top the lineup, Derek Thompson. That one's going to be a dribble past the right side for a base hit for Thompson.
A high-hopping chopper right there for Thompson, and first baseman initially thought about getting to that play. Saw that one was going to hop over his head to try and get to the base and see if his second baseman could make the play. Couldn't do so either, and that's a leadoff base hit for Thompson. Has a lot of speed on the base paths as well, so don't be surprised if he tries to swipe a bag here and trying to follow suit for what the Lumberjacks did last inning and is taking some runs off the free bases.
And Johnson swings at the first pitch at well, and that will be back-to-back singles for the Blue Sox. And they might have something going here with first and second and nobody out.
Well, it's a Blue Sox offense that on paper has done much more offensively than the Lumberjacks. 7 hits as opposed to their 3, but the Lumberjacks have come up with the hits when they've needed them and have had some critical walks as well. Haven't seen any free passes surrendered so far by Lumberjacks pitching, which has just been Gomez so far.
And so this inning, Blue Sox are first pitch hacking as Salser takes a swing on the first pitch as well, and both of the hits from Thompson and Johnson came on the first pitch.
And maybe it's seeing something the second time through the order.
He's swinging again. This one off the inside of the bat, but will be foul.
But this was a team that they took quite a few pitches the first go-around through the order, and now seeing Gomez a second time through as the Jacks did with Watanabe, they started to figure him out a little bit, and appears to be that the Blue Sox are doing much of the same.
And still Carlos Guzman on the mound from the Jacks. As you mentioned, 7 hits surrendered, has faced some pressure as this one's sky to the shortstop. And it's going to be called as an infield fly and will be caught anyways for out number 1.
So the old infield fly rule. And sometimes you see some controversy on those infield flies on plays that aren't exactly out of the infield and still get called with the infield fly. That one kind of borderline, but it would have been an out anyway. Doesn't change the result of the play as of now. And just the first out there after a fly out to the shortstop.
Now bring up Julius Guanillo, who had a base hit in his first at-bat. Not sure where that one missed. Guzman looked confused as well, as that one looked like a pretty good pitch, but home plate umpire calls it a ball.
A couple of good misses from his teammates around the infield, so that's how you know you might have missed one as an umpire, but looked to bounce back here and get himself an out is Guzman after narrowly missing the first pitch, but already behind 2-0.
Guzman now facing some more trouble. Has got out of it every single time. We'll see if he can do it again. This one dribbled off to the left side, but foul.
Going to be a tough task to ask with heart of this lineup already up, but you saw this heart of the lineup come up with bases loaded and 1 out. And assuming Guanito can get himself aboard again, it would be the exact same situation for the 5 and 6 hitters who struck out and grounded out last time they were in that situation.
And Thompson over there, the runner at second base, has some blazing speed, so hit towards the outfield. We're assuming he's going to get the windmill. Oh, and just misses outside corner again. Count now 3-1.
Another close miss off the outside for Guanito, though. You got to understand that that outside pitch isn't getting called, so no reason to go after that pitch on 3-1.
Yeah, smart there from Guanillo. Get yourself to a 3-1, see if you get one off. And that fastball was blown by him.
Fastball up and in. Might have been a little bit up and out of the zone, but big swing and a miss there. And Guanito's going to have to get a result on a full count.
Comes the 3-2. That one right down the middle for strike 3. Great job by Guzman. Falls behind. Able to come back and get the backwards K on Guanillo.
The second strikeout we've seen from Guzman. Both of them have been strikeouts looking. Just attacking these hitters on 3-2 and can't be up there trying to look for a walk.
We'll now bring up Samuel Arredondo, who he had a strikeout against Guzman back in the first inning. Guzman has done such a great job. Every time he's got into some trouble today, he's found a way to lock back in and really get the strikeout when needed.
It hasn't had to be a strikeout for him. It's just been weak contact.
There's one Fouled over the press box.
You know, I could feel it. We're getting closer and closer to a foul ball. I feel like
I think so, too. Even in the Palm Springs Power games as well, we've had a couple close shots. I'm hoping one of these days I could test the hands again and try to see if I can get a ball up here, but so far, no luck. And both runners will take off, and Thompson will be in there safely at third, and Johnson follows up, and that will go down as a double steal.
So a double steal, you would have liked to maybe seen it executed a little bit sooner. But with 2 outs now, 2 in scoring position, the base hit, likely get them both in.
Here comes the 2-2. That one misses away. Count now full on Arredondo.
These Blue Sox are working good at bats. They're having a lot of hits as well. Unfortunately for them, they're not timely hits. They haven't been able to pull through when it matters, and they're hoping now's the time.
And Arredondo just got a piece of that one right off the end of the bat. Guzman tried to climb the ladder with the fastball. Arredondo just trying to find a way to get this ball into the outfield grass and pick up 2 RBIs to cut the lead in half. Here comes a 3-2. This one upstairs for ball 4. Great at bat there from Arredondo. Base is now juiced for the second time here today against Guzman.
And now that'll force a meeting to the mound. See if that'll just be a quick conversation or the day on the bump with action in the Lumberjacks pen. It appears there'll be nothing more than a short meeting.
We'll see here.
Got the entire infield in there.
Still thinking about it. Hasn't grabbed the ball yet, which is a good sign. I know Guzman has been fighting and trying to get out of it. Maybe just stalling a little bit more time for his guy in the pin.
I think if he hasn't taken the ball yet, he's not going to. And indeed, he will not. Guzman gets another crack at this to get one more batter out and go 3 innings scoreless.
Well, I think right now, too, it's obviously early. It's the first game they've pitched. But Guzman has done a good job. He hasn't shown you anything to take him out in this situation. Oftentimes we see head coaches see trouble on the bases and automatic pull. You're getting the pull. But so far, Guzman has faced this same situation twice now and has got out of it.
Now with 2 outs here, once again, 1 pitch away from getting out of this sticky situation. You don't love that your pitchers can put himself into the situation, but you love when they can get themselves out of it, and Guzman has proved just that. And if he can do that again, he'll earn a lot of points from his manager.
It'll be a pinch hitter, Skylar Stock. So I want to try to back pick over there, and that ball gets away. An errant throw from the catcher Bernstein, and 1 run will come in to score. As Bernstein tried that back pick at first base, no need for that really to, and don't want to surrender a run on an error, especially a back pick. But now, Lumberjacks just lead 4-1.
Be an unearned run to Guzman, and yeah, you absolutely said it. No need at all for that throw right there. Bases are loaded, and you're throwing over to first. You're letting everyone essentially move up 90 feet, but not just that. You bring in a run in a situation where Guzman has been flawless all day.
That's a stolen base for Arredondo. No throw from Bernstein.
But now this can cause trouble because now you got 2 guys in scoring position here, and a base hit makes it 4-3 instead of 4-2. And usually when something like that happens, where you make an error like that, it piles up.
And Guzman able to get Stock by the K. But now before the Blue Sox pick up 1 run on the air, great job by Guzman to still stay in there and find a way out of it. Lumberjacks still lead 4-1 heading to the top half of the 4th.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for. Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back here at Palm Springs Stadium for the top half of the fourth inning between the Blue Sox facing off against the Lumberjacks, with the Lumberjacks lead 4-1 as the Blue Sox picked up their first run of the game in the bottom half of the third. And it'll be Dylan Wallace back out there for the Blue Sox, and leading off this inning for the Lumberjacks is Ostel Villanueva.
Strike out in this spot of the order for Villanueva last time, looking to regroup here.
Wallace looking for a better clean inning here, as this one's past the shortstop, Quintana. The Lumberjacks have a leadoff hit from Villanueva.
I want to know your opinion on this. After how the last inning for the Lumberjacks ended, what did you think of that play, running into an out for a run, sacrificing out for a run? Do you think it was maybe too early there? Do you think that was the right move?
I mean, I think you're as this one's spiked by Wallace. Villanueva will advance as that ball kicked away from Stock behind the plate. But I honestly think, I mean, you're already up 3-0. So in that situation, me personally, I think you just go ahead and let your batter swing away there, as it was early. It's still early in the ball game. You have already a 3-0 lead. I say let swing away, but obviously it still worked out the way you wanted it to. Got the run across, so.
Yeah, but now I guess your opposition to that is the guy who was still up in that situation ended up getting a base hit. So could have extended the rally even more, but nonetheless, you still hold a 4-1 lead, and it could be a fourth run that looms large in a 7-inning game.
Yeah, 100% there. There's definitely pros and cons. You want to look at it, or maybe different coaching styles very much. That some coaches would definitely not do that. Some coaches will. This one hit towards the left side. Going to kick off the glove. And London going to reach base. So now runners at first and second, but Villanueva, runner at second, could not advance, as that ball was hit towards the third baseman, Salzer. So Wallace again in a little bit of some trouble. He came in for relief for Watanabe back in the third, and he surrendered Watanabe's third run of the game. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Wallace desperately needs a double play ball here. It's way out in front of that one. He's up ahead now, 0-2.
And it is so crucial for Wallace to get an out here maybe even 2 on a ground ball, but at least an out where the runners don't move up at all. You keep them put right there at first and second and put yourself in a position to get a ground ball and get out of this inning with an out right here.
Comes the 0-2. One pulled wide right.
Obviously, with the lineup with a lot of righties, it's a lot tougher for the lefty to try and sneak in a breaking ball past these hitters. Just find a different put-away pitch.
And that one, nice breaking ball there. Gets the strikeout looking. Much needed there from Wallace.
Much needed backwards K, as you said there, Ethan. Strikeout number 4 on the day for Blue Sox pitching, and number 1 on the day for Wallace. That one, the strikeout looking.
We'll now bring up Ben Wade, who struck out in his first at-bat. As I mentioned, Wade, a power player. So he'll definitely be up and down with the Palm Springs Power and be playing with the PSCL Lumberjacks.
Another note on Wade, is yesterday he actually just announced his commitment to Colorado Christian University. So congrats to Ben on his next step in his career, and excited to see where he can take it.
It's an important step there. That's always what you're looking for here. And obviously now trying to ramp up for that season is Wade, as he is ahead now 3-0.
And you mentioned in the open, like, this is really a springboard for these guys in a way to either prepare for their next level or try and find a new home for these guys who are uncommitted. And Wade able to find a home just a few days before the season even started. And obviously his time at College of the Desert helps as he takes ball forward, but also some time with the Power, and his manager Casey Dill has helped him out a bunch throughout his recruitment process. So exciting for him to head out to the mountains, and I'm sure no one's more excited for that than him to get another opportunity.
As Wallace walked Wade on 4 straight pitches there, we'll bring up Jose Rodriguez, who had a single and a stolen base and a run scored.
So sacks packed with jacks. And no, that was not intentional, Ethan.
That's a tongue twister and a half if I ever heard one. Wallace looking forward to try to get out of the jam. Starts off Rodriguez with ball 1. And Lumberjacks now here with a big base hit could blow this one open.
He's really looking to blow open the doors with this one, and a hit would do just that.
Wallace falls behind now 2-0. Rodriguez looking for something good here. You don't want to chase and help out Wallace, who's had some command issues so far in this one. Got to pick one spot. That one in the dirt. Now that's 7 straight balls from Wallace.
And obviously down 3-0 with the bases loaded, you have to throw a strike here. And in the box, you know you're going to get a hitter's pitch.
We're going to get a mound visit here. The Blue Sox have had someone up and moving in their pen, but obviously you're not pulling your guy probably mid at bat in a 3-0 count, bringing on a reliever. So just a little talk here. Maybe give the reliever some more time to warm up as well. And hopefully now Wallace, you're hoping after this mound visit, can try to just battle back, assuming Rodriguez is taking 7 straight balls now. Assuming you're taking first pitch. See that first one. Hopefully Wallace gets called strike 3-1 and hopefully ground into a double play or get an out, and then probably pull Wallace, bring in your reliever in a 2-out situation.
Yeah, now we won't see it here of pulling the pitcher mid-AB, but you see some managers, they're more than comfortable with doing it, and now it may create a negative psyche on the pitcher and may not have the best overall reception from around the clubhouse, but some managers, they just have a feel, and when they know a guy doesn't have it, they're not waiting any longer. They're not going to let a mistake happen. Not the case here for Wallace, and we'll see after the quick discussion and the bullpen already getting loose just how much longer that leash is.
Well, here comes the 3-0, and that one down for ball 4. That's back-to-back walks from Wallace, and it will bring on a run. The Lumberjacks now lead 5-1, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the line for Wallace.
So a quick leash indeed after that mound visit. Leash was one pitch. After the run scores with the bases loaded on a walk, it's still 5-1 here at Palm Springs Stadium, and new arm coming on for the Blue Sox right after this.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back here in the top half of the fourth inning, where we're back after the pitching change. Cole Maeda replacing Dylan Wallace, and he has the bases juice with 1 out. Bring up Giovanni Pena for the Lumberjacks. A walk and a run scored in his first plate appearance. And Maeda coming in a tough situation with only 1 out, bases full. Obviously, Maeda looking for that double play ball, looking for a strikeout, trying to not let any more runs to score. Those runs will be charged against Wallace. That's an inside-out swing, and it's going to bloop into right field for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. The stop sign's going to be on for Wade. But that's another run scored for the Lumberjacks, and they now lead 6-1.
Yeah, another run, and everyone just moving up 90 feet. Bats are rolling for the Jacks right now. Starting to see why this is a team that's been so dominant in this league over the last 10 years or so.
Bring up the top of the lineup now for the Lumberjacks. Aaron Raposa. So base is still full. That's what you didn't want. Now the lineup flips over to the top, and with only 1 out, they can start doing some damage here. Raposa, though, 0 for 2 so far, but looming on deck is Barsness, who has 2 doubles and 2 RBIs.
Nasty pitch right there on the slider.
That's what you need there from Maeda. Fall behind 1-0. Doesn't want to give Raposa the fastball, so drops in that backdoor curveball. And Raposa there way out in front of that one, so Maeda decides to double up with the slow stuff.
See if he continues to try and go with the slow stuff here and get some weak contact.
And that is, but Raposa lines this one into the right center gap. That ball's going to fall down. 1 run's going to score. 2's coming across, and Raposa's in sliding at second base with a 2 RBI double.
Jacks really breaking it open here. 7-1 now, and it's a 2 RBI double from Raposa.
And now I'll bring up Barzis, who I mentioned already has 2 doubles in this one. 2 runs batted in, and with runners on first and second, he's looking to pick up another pair of RBIs.
There was the RBI double that really got things going for that offense.
Barzis falls behind in the count. Barely gets a piece of that one to stay alive. So Blue Sox defense playing back as well, so they're going to just surrender the run. So if your Barzis here, just trying to find a way to put this ball in play. And he strikes out swinging. Maeda gets his first strikeout since coming into relief for out number 2.
Barzis a little unhappy with himself after the RBI double in his last AB. He's 2 for 2 in this ball game with 2 doubles, so seemed like a prime opportunity to really open the floodgates, but unfortunately for him, goes down on 4 pitches.
Maeda starts off. Bernstein, the slider for strike 1.
I want to go back to the double by Raposa for a second. There's a good sequence by Maeda to get a couple sliders to fool him right there, but unfortunately for him, threw 1 slider too many, and that slider hung right over the heart of the zone, and Raposa made sure to make him regret that mistake.
That one in the dirt. Bernstein checks his swing.
No go.
Now 2-0 on Bernstein. Maeda looking to see if he could get this last out without allowing another hit, because another hit would probably score in 2 more jacks. He's in a healthy hitter's count here. That one catches the outside corner for strike 1. And that one's going to kick away, and another run will score. So Jacks now lead 9-1. That was Pena coming in after the wild pitch. And Raposa as well will move up to third base.
And it's been a few runs for the Lumberjacks, just scoring on pass balls, wild pitches, and ill-advised swings.
This one tomahawked out to left field, and Thompson unable to track it down. As Bernstein will dig for 3. And he'll be in there safely. A hustle triple from Bernstein. It's a 2-out RBI trip.
Only 1 RBI on the triple because of the pass ball, but another run on the board, another crooked number. This one, a 6 spot already in this 4th inning. And there's one for Bernstein that he looked like he was dead in the lights at third base. It looked like the throw was going to beat him by plenty. As they're going to roll the inning, the runner from third base will score, and that'll do it for this half inning. 7 runs have come across the plate for the Jacks, and they've blown this one wide open, 11-1. And we'll see what the response is on the other side from the Blue Jacks right after this.
we're back here at Palm Springs Stadium heading into the bottom half of the 4th inning as the Jacks put up back-to-back crooked numbers, had 4 runs in the 3rd and put up a wild 7th spot in the 4th. They have a commanding 11-1 lead over the Blue Sox.
And, I mean, it's really only started over the last 2 innings. There were zeros across the board from both sides, in the first 2 innings. But Jacks have really started to look like they've been the team that's won 5 of the last 8 championships over these last 2 innings.
Yeah, the walks really starting to kill the Blue Sox in that one. Too many walks, too many free passes on the wild pitches and stolen bases, and Lumberjacks have taken full advantage of that one. As it's Grayson Hausbrook leading off for the Blue Sox here. Now on an inside corner. Count now even 2-2. Hausbrook reached on an error in his first appearance, and that one off the end of the bat. Guzman knocks it down, throws it on a first, and it's going to get over the head of Villanueva and roll all the way to right field. So go down as a throwing error on Guzman, and Hausbrook on for the 2nd time today without a hit.
Yeah, sometimes it takes to be lucky to be good in this game, and that's the 2nd error he's reached on in this ball game. Both of them going to the pitcher.
Bring up Alika Valverde. Valverde had a single and a stolen base. Good job by Guzman to knock that one down. A little rush throw there, and until he tried to just lob it over to Villanueva, but that one was way over. Takes a big hack there, but Guzman blows it by him. So even last inning, we thought it would be the end of the line for Guzman as he had a mound visit, bases loaded, a run scored on the errant throw, so it was unearned. And then now they send him right back out for the bottom half of the 4th.
And once again, he finds himself with a runner in scoring position, but he's been so effective seemingly out of the stretch. Some guys, obviously, they're better out of the windup as opposed to the stretch, and now it may not be the case for Guzman, but he's seeming like he's better out of the stretch as opposed to the windup.
Yeah, we've seen so far because Blue Sox have 7 hits, but none of them really in runners in scoring position because that one run that came across was not due to a hit.
The other thing that's really impressed me about Guzman is, yes, there's been a lot of hits today, 7 hits, 9 total base runners with the 2 errors, but the other thing you got to account for is he hasn't walked anybody yet. He's had great command of the plate all day long.
That one hit towards the right side. That's gobbled up cleanly from the second baseman, Pena. Let's pick up the first out.
So 1 on, 1 out. That 1 on is at third base. Trying to score a critical run right here.
And obviously, Lumberjacks playing back because they're up 11-1, so no need to cut off the run there. We'll now bring up Kingston Koss, the pinch hitter.
Yeah, if you're the Jacks, will absolutely trade an out for a run here. Got a Blue Sox team that's already looking like they're chasing outs instead of runs.
This one fouled straight back.
A little souvenir for those right behind the seats. I don't know how many major league games you've gone to in your life. Have you ever caught a foul ball at a game or gotten a ball at a game?
So I see I've never caught one on the fly. I think that's why I keep hoping that I get one in the booth so I could try to just see what it feels like to catch one on the fly. But I've definitely got one kicked off in the stands, rolled back my way. I was just ready for it. It was a foul ball off of a Starling Marte. Interesting. Outfielder, if you remember him. I want another one fouled away to the seats. You ever caught one on the fly, Sam?
Not on the fly, but I have a very similar story to you. As I went to a Sox game actually earlier this year, a White Sox game. I shouldn't specify just Sox, because we got Blue Sox here, White Sox, and Red Sox. You got every type of Sox imaginable. But I was at a White Sox game this year. They were playing the Blue Jays, and a foul ball was hit off the suites behind me, and ended up bouncing off the suites and into my section, and went into the row right behind me. Just picked it up, grabbed it off the bat of, I believe it was Vladdy Guerrero, actually. So, not the worst guy to get a
maybe
foul ball off
try
the
to
bat
find
of.
him, have him sign that one, sell that one for some good money there. As this one hit, not very hard, but right back to Guzman and throw on to first. That time done cleanly for out number 2, and he strands Housebrook at third.
And those could be plays that are really tough, those little short hoppers. We've seen a couple of those skip away, turn into hits, and not extra base hits, but hits then errors because of how softly it's hit and just how quickly you're trying to get a throw over, and you rush it sometimes. But a great play on the mound and a great play behind the dish to ensure that run didn't score.
Bring up Isaac Imamura. Grounded out to the shortstop. His first at bat. Now Guzman again, just one out away from stranding another runner. It's been the theme of the game so far for Guzman.
4 unearned runs for him on the day. And considering all the base runners he's had to deal with.
You got to just give the tip of the cap there.
Yeah,
if he can
absolutely.
Get out of it again.
And I mean, this runner regardless will be an unearned run because of the error. But keeping that run across from scoring will just be huge positive mindset for him.
This one's hit into shallow center, and Guzman will indeed get out of again. That is 4 scoreless innings for Guzman despite giving up 7 hits. The Lumberjacks still lead 11-1. We'll be back after this break. That's honestly kind of fire.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Jeez Louise.
Just keep it rolling.
Back here for the top half of the 5th inning. If you've missed so far through 4 innings, you've seen for the Lumberjacks side, Guzman has allowed 7 hits in this one, but only 1 run to come across, and it was an unearned run. And it's had traffic in almost 3 out of those 4 innings. And for the Blue Sox, unable to get really the offense going, have got those 7 hits, but when it counted, haven't been able to strike back. And the Lumberjacks offensively have been reaching on walks, spraying the ball all over the yard, extra base hits, stolen bases, being ultra aggressive, which is leading to this 11-1 lead. B. Maeda back up, pitching for the Blue Sox here in the top half of the 5th.
After what was just a disastrous inning for the Blue Sox last inning, you got to just find a way to get a quick inning here, get a 0, find your way to get your offense any momentum as that one's a base hit.
That was a hit by Warden right back up the middle, and that one actually megged Maeda there. Luckily didn't get a piece of his calf, as that one would have been a stinger.
So Warden finding himself aboard again. Had a hot day yesterday for the Power and continuing a solid day, reaching base for the second time today for the Jacks. First pitch on the outside. Now 1-0. The 5-hole hitter. Had a base hit last time. Started the rally in that fourth inning that turned into 7 runs for the Jacks. Had the base hit to lead things off, and it really started to avalanche from there.
Villanueva 1 for 2 with a run scored. Now ahead 2-0. Maeda comes back with a strike on the inside corner.
Warden with that pink batting gloves. Jared Warden on first base.
Those are bright.
Yeah, those are bright.
Definitely standing out here is Villanueva. This one up the middle for another base hit for the Jacks. That's back-to-back singles, and now they have something brewing again here in the 5th.
And that's back-to-back singles on sliders that have just totally missed their spot for Maeda. That last one was just hanging well above the zone, and unfortunately for Maeda, he's lucky that it didn't do worse damage with where that pitch ended up.
It will now be a pinch hitter, number 10, Bo Carr. This one luckily kept in front by Arredondo.
Great play of keeping that ball just right where it is. For Maeda on the mound, you just got to bounce back, throw strikes. Yes, you've gotten hit around a little bit in this inning, but you got to trust your defense. Both balls have been hit up the middle. If you can get that ball hit on the ground, it can turn into 2.
That one appeared again. Outside corner, not really getting the call here today. It's getting squeezed back there, and it's an advantage to hitter when you could take away the outside pitch.
Late swing there on a slider.
This one hit towards the right side in shallow right. And it's going to land just foul. Home plate umpire rules. That probably would have been another run scored for the Lumberjacks if that ball did get down.
At least another run. Might have been 2, depending on how far that ball skips away down the corner. Fortunately, that one just going foul and didn't miss the line by much.
Oftentimes when those balls like that are hit towards that right side, it was off like the inside of Carr's bat there. That inside outswing, when it bounces, it has that weird spin. And right when it bounces, it kicks away. And oftentimes you see many outfielders, it hit off the tip of their glove and chip away as Maeda gets Carr to strike out looking.
Another strikeout looking for Maeda. He's had a couple of those today.
Definitely need that after surrendering back-to-back base hits to start this inning.
You know, double play just gets you out of this inning. And that's all you can really need as Maeda.
Fouled straight back.
Been some late contact here from the last 2 hitters, taking it the opposite way. We'll see what exactly that can turn into. We've seen some opposite field base hits already from this Jacks team, and they're seeing to see if they can tack on a few more. Ball on a strike now.
This one's through the 5-6 hole for another base hit. The windmill will not be on, so runners will all just move up a base. Station to station there.
And this Jacks team is hitting, and right now with the lead they have, just playing the stationary game, going station to station, not extra 90 feet, and not taking much more than that unless you absolutely know that you're going to.
See another pinch hitter for the Lumberjacks. It'll be Troy Johnson. Johnson, a freshman from Northland College. Good spot there from Maeda, similar to the first pitch that just got called a strike, but doesn't get the call there.
Very similar spot.
That one in the dirt. Good block there by Arredondo.
So a couple of those get away from Wallace, and that led to runs in that third and fourth inning. So good job by Arredondo to just keep the ball in front of him right there and not let any runners move up, so to speak.
Excuse me, that's Stock behind the play as this one's a chopper. Tries to backhand at second base is Balberti, but it'll kick off his glove and another run will come in.
So that's one that Balberti's trying to get a double play right there, and he gets one hit to him thinking he can field the ball, touch second, then throw it over to first, and before he even gets a chance to touch second with the ball escapes out of his glove, and nothing is made out of that play.
Lumberjacks pick up another run, so we now be 12-1, and that is Imamura now at second base. So now brings up Jose Rodriguez, who has reached in both of his plate appearances today, has 2 runs scored as well, along with the stolen base. This one hit towards the left side. They'll try to get one out at third. It will be an errant throw and kick over towards the dugout of the Blue Sox. Another run won't come in. It'll actually be 2 runs will be scored. One will come in on the ground ball. Another one comes in off the air.
One of the first error of the day from the Blue Sox. As it's been runs galore.
We'll get another pinch hitter here for the Lumberjacks as they are just unloading the bench here in the 14-1 lead. We'll bring up Nicola Desamone, who has a base hit. And another run will come across for the Lumberjacks.
Another crooked number. It's gone 4, then 7, and now 4 and counting in this 5th inning.
Lumberjacks have just been taking full advantage of all the errors from the Blue Sox.
Got another chance to bat around again. Here are the Lumberjacks. And what looked to be, what was going to be a great game to start off in the first 2 innings. It looked like we were going to have a pitcher's duel on our hands.
Got 2 clean first innings from both sides. Both pitchers got a little bit of a jam, but both fought through it. Then from there, like you mentioned, Sam, in the 3rd, 4th, and now here in the 5th, the Lumberjacks offensively have absolutely unloaded. This one's hit to left, and acrobatic catch out there in left field to pick up the second out. That wind took that ball for quite a ride.
It made that play look tough, but a nice play out there in the outfield. Sometimes reading these fly balls in this outfield can be really, really tough. Typically as an outfield, you want to go first step back. He did, thought the ball was coming in, and then saw the ball kept howling back a little bit before she was able to just get a glove up, make the catch, and out number 2.
We'll now bring up Tyler Barzis, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Both of those hits, extra base hits as well.
Barzis, a big day at the plate. Did strike out in his last plate appearance, though.
That one hit on a chopper right to the third baseman, on to second for out number 3. But not before the Lumberjacks put up another big number here in the 5th. They lead 15-1.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
And we're back here in the bottom half of the 5th inning at Palm Springs Stadium. The Blue Sox are taking on the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks lead 15-1. And these last 3 innings, Sam, have been straight offensive output for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, it's been an offensive explosion here for the Jacks, and they'll go to a new arm here on the mound. So Guzman's day is done, and an impressive one at that. He's on pace for the win, and barring something extremely drastic here, he's going to get that win.
Yeah, replacing Guzman on the mound is number 28, Michael Bonenfant. Looking to hold it down here for Guzman, who had, I guess you could say, a great outing. I mean, 7 hits, 4 innings, 0 earned runs. Obviously, for him, want to clean up the hits, but the most important part, when he got into trouble, Guzman was on top of it and was getting outs any way possible.
Now, I don't know if you can call it a great outing because the whip, when you have a whip at about a 2, it's usually a recipe for disaster for a pitcher, and fortunately for him, he's able to get himself out of some tough situations. So a very good outing for him, not being able to surrender any earned runs, but like you said, would like to clean up the hits a little bit, and if he can limit the amount of contact made off of him, he can be a force to be reckoned with throughout the PSCL this season.
Yeah, only his final line is going to be 4 innings pitched, 1 walk, 7 hits, 1 run, no earned, along with 3 Ks.
Quick pop fly, and already 1 down here in the bottom half of this 5th inning. We've seen this team be very aggressive, this Blue Sox team.
That was Derek Thompson who flew out.
Seeing a lot of first pitch swings from this team, a lot of first, second, third pitch swings, and not being able to work at bats, especially when they've had runners in scoring position, has kind of been their demise so far.
Bonenfant trying to have a clean 1-2-3 inning. Coming in relief. Adjustments to the outside corner. It's Justice Johnson. Johnson has a pair of singles and a stolen base. Fouled back. Took a nice 2-0 hack there. Johnson was trying to do some damage.
Johnson's had a pretty good day at the plate here today. 2 for 2. Also has a stolen base in this ballgame. That came on the double steal back in the 3rd inning.
And a little check swing there. Didn't want to go, but he did. Go down as a foul ball, count even.
Quickly behind, not behind, but in a 2-strike count here. It's been 2-strike counts that have been why the Jacks have been so successful today, and we'll see if they can have another strikeout right here.
One high and inside. Count now full. See if Bone and Fant will challenge him here on the 3-2. We've seen just Johnson already take a big 2-0 hack. And he will challenge him again. Another one sky high in the air in right for out number 2.
So a couple pop flies to the opposite way, just getting under a couple baseballs and not being able to truly elevate and hit it on the right launch angle for Will Thompson and Johnson. Now quickly 2 away here, and a big opportunity for Lumberjacks to get a quick 0 and get their surging hot offense right back out there.
Quintana up for the Blue Sox. Quickly falls behind 0-2. Great work so far from Bonin fans. Been attacking the zone early and often.
What you're liking about these Jacks pitchers, they're attacking the zone. Not too many walks, not too many control issues. The reason they've been getting touched around is by letting the offense beat them by getting some hits.
That one just missed downstairs, and that's a good pitch from Bonifant. Probably wanted the call there, doesn't get it. But that's 3 straight fastballs now from Bonifant. Tries with the off speed. Luckily, just got out of the way is Quintana.
I like the idea of trying to go front foot slider here, trying to freeze the batter, as we've seen these Jacks hitters do a couple times in this ballgame. Just send the hitter down on strikes looking. That one just had a little bit too much of the inside portion of the plate.
That one's spiked by Bonifant.
Count full here. You don't want to lose this batter after being ahead in the count.
And there it is, fastball. Quintana way out in front of that one. Pulled down the third base line, but foul. He'll work a walk there, as that one looked like a great pitch there from Bonifant. That's 2 calls maybe in that count that Bonifant just missed the plate.
And to that, you're right. They probably thought they should have had, but didn't get the call right there on both sides.
I'll bring up Julius Guanillo. 1 for 2 so far today. Like this Guanillo right here, the red. You see the red helmet, red gloves, red leg guard, red arm guard in the back pocket, hand guards say. So the chopper on the left will be kicked up in the air by Housebrook.
Likely going to go down as an error. But yeah, mentioned the red everything on the accessories room. Gonna take a shot in the dark and say red's probably his favorite color.
A little bit of swag here. We've seen the pink from Villanueva for the Lumberjacks and see the red here for the Blue Sox. We'll bring up we'll bring up Skylar Stock. His one plate appearance came in as a pinch hitter and struck out.
See a lot of those on the inner portion of the plate being called for strike. The outer portion not getting that much of the corner being called for a strike. So if you're on the mound there, you got to know that the inside is the side the ump likes, and you got to continue to attack in that direction.
Quickly, Bonifant ahead 0-2. Has been very fastball dominant so far. Tries the off speed and it got a piece of stock.
So tries front footing the batter, which going on the inside portion of the play we mentioned has worked so far all day, but went way too far inside. Now the Sox are in striking distance of scoring another run.
Bases now full. How many times have we said that today? On both sides now have had the bases loaded, but only the Lumberjacks have been able to come up with those bases loaded. But Sox looking for a big hit here in the bottom half of the fifth from Arredondo.
A lot of runners left in scoring positions. That ball's going to get away, and a run's going to score.
So Blue Sox pick up their second run of the game. That was Quintana came in to score on the wild pitch. So that run will be charged against Bonifant. Guanillo at third base will not be charged because he reached on an error, but Quintana earlier in this inning was walked.
So looking to continue to manufacture runs. Take a little dent in this ball game and improve their runners in scoring position numbers are the Blue Sox.
Three 3-1 count now to Arredondo. Arredondo looking for his first hit, reached on a walk in his second plate appearance. Also had a stolen base. 3-1 fastball in there for strike two.
Bit of high strike right there, but 3-1 gets that fastball, let her high. Might have been a pitch to turn on, but instead it's a 3-2 pitch coming up.
Comes the 3-2. Arredondo hit sharply, almost took out Guanillo over there. He had a duck. Pulled foul down the third base line.
Payoff pitch coming with a couple of runners in scoring position for the Blue Sox to try and limit the deficit.
This one's skied high to left field. It's going back, and it's out of here. A home run for Arredondo. That one went for a ride there. That was a high fly ball that just kept going back and back, tailing back, and it finally got out. Arredondo has a 3-run bomb here in the bottom half of the fifth.
And now it's a crooked number for the Blue Sox. I mentioned this is not a hitter's friendly ballpark at all. But that one just kept carrying into the wind. Seemed like it was going to be a routine pop-up, but not to be.
We've seen a couple balls hit that way to left field now that went for quite a ride. I remember back in that first inning, Barzas had that double that hit the bottom base of the wall. This one fouled straight back. Sam, if that net's not there, we got that ball in the booth that I'm looking for.
I feel like it'd be a lot scarier for the fans here if there was no netting behind the dish. Especially with all the wild pitches we've seen. It could, uh-oh. You look up and you get a couple of wild pitches in the stands.
Down too. Here, they don't have it at this stadium, but at MLB parks too, that netting goes all the way down now. The lines, the first and third base lines. try to protect more fans from crazy line drives. Those Major League guys are hitting 100-plus foul, trying to take care of the people.
I mean, especially those down the line, too. Those can be so scary and so dangerous for fans when it's at 105, 110 off the bat, and you have a line drive heading to the second, third rows of seats where you don't have much time to react. So, good move by MLB to extend the netting, and here it's not as dangerous of a threat, but those fans in left center field can be put in a tough spot.
And Bonifant gets Housebrook by the K, and that will end the inning. But the Blue Sox strike with 4 runs thanks to Arredondo's 3-run home run. Lumberjacks lead 15-5 heading to the top half of the 6th.
Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
We're back here in the top half of the 6th inning with the Lumberjacks lead 15-5. But the Sox last inning had a 3-run home run from Arredondo, also scored off of a wild pitch. You know, you look in the hits department, Sam, though, you're thinking, let's just take away the runs and let's only look at the hits. You're thinking 14 hits from the Lumberjacks and 9 hits from the Blue Sox. You're thinking, okay, maybe it's a little closer than it is, but then you look at the scores, 15-5.
After that third inning, too, I mean, there's still the Sox leading in hits by 7 hits to 3, so they were out hitting this team by a wide margin. Then the bats really started to come around for the Jacks.
This one hit into shallow center. Running hard is Johnson, and he'll make the play.
Tough play on the run like that. Garcia for out number 1. We're just missing right there.
It's a new pitcher on the mound for the Blue Sox as well. It's Fabian Guanillo. Not sure if there's any relation to Julius Guanillo, who's also on the same team, who we've been talking about. He's hit in this ball game.
Still looking to try and find the strike zone here. Because now seems like everyone on the Blue Sox is all out of sorts with the ball being thrown around the infield on the throwback.
It's 3-0 count now on Warden. Warden has reached on a walk and a single, 2 runs scored. Excuse me, 1 run scored. That's ball 4 to Warren. That's his second walk of the game.
Third time reaching base today, second via the walk. Last time he walked, ended up playing across a run on a don't know if you want to call it a base running blunder, but tried stealing second, went a little too early, and got himself into a pickle that ended up scoring the 4th run of that 3rd inning.
There it is from Guanillo. Firm fastball in the outside corner.
What you're looking for Guanillo on the mound is to give your manager a reason to put you into high leverage situations by having a clean low leverage situation, as that one gets away, and it's now 1-1.
One now on Villanueva. Has 2 singles in this one. That one just misses downstairs. 2-1.
Talked about it the last AB, but those blinding pink batting gloves have been working so far. A couple hits for him in this ball game so far.
I mean, he's got to keep the trend going if you're Villanueva. Got to wear it in your next game also. I'm assuming he'll stick with it because those look like a fresh pair of new batting gloves.
I'm guessing those are going to be his summer gloves. He's going to be rocking those out for a while. He's going to 3-ball count here.
Take a big hack. He'll get an off speed and upstairs for ball 4. So that's back-to-back walks now from Guanillo.
He's got the first out fly out and back-to-back walks, as you said, E. And now more base runners, more chances for more runs for the Jacks. Already have 15 in this game and 15 in the last 3 innings.
Bring up Bo Carter, who came in to pinch hit, struck out.
Gets one right on the outside corner, called for a strike, so some 10-on-10 crime right here.
Fastball misses downstairs. Guanillo looks like he has a firm fastball, just not able to command it really right now, but if he was able to land that fastball in for some strikes, he could for sure get some hitters off balance. Mix in a couple curveballs here and there. He tries the curveball there, and that one got a piece of Carr.
So walk, hit by pitch, and once again the sacks packed with Jacks. Seems like it's been the theme of the last 4 innings is them getting guys on, loading the bases, and then getting runs in from there.
It's about the 3rd time in this game that the Lumberjacks have had the bases full. That one hit sharply but foul.
Despite the bases being loaded, it's the Jacks still looking for their first hit of the inning. Now it's 1-1. So it's been control issues after strike 1 on the bump here in this frame, and looking to alleviate that.
There's that firm fastball in there, left frozen, couldn't get the swing off. Now 1-2.
Be a big strikeout in the situation here with the bases loaded for the momentum of this arm.
So fastball upstairs, going to get behind, but runner can't advance there.
Took a weird carry him off the backstop. Didn't know if he was going to have enough time to get home in time, and not wanting to run in and out is Warden, so just staying put at third base bag.
and gets the strikeout swing. Great job by Guanillo to lock back in after giving up 3 free passes for out number 2.
Nice strikeout right there for out number 2 to get your first strikeout of the game. Having a chance to leave the Jacks at 0, which they haven't done since the second inning.
It's Troy Johnson. He came in late in this one to pinch hit, reached on an error, and a run scored. Count even now 1-1.
Johnson just having to get up and get out of the way of that one. Firm fastball coming towards his chin, just moved out of the way, and now it's 1-1.
And that one going to get away again. It looked like off speed, and Warden will be come on to score. Second time Warden has scored today.
You're seeing a lot of those runs on the pass ball, the wild pitch. Maybe some miscommunications on the mound between the battery of backstop and pitcher.
This one fouled off. Another ball in the stands. We've seen to had about 5 of those so far today. And that ball rolling all the way down from the top to about the 3rd row.
Got some fans sitting there, and they've seen plenty of foul balls, and they couldn't be less concerned about it. They just let it roll past them.
Johnson gets another one. Barely gets a piece of that one off the end of the bat. Has to fight to stay alive.
See a lot of umbrellas in this crowd trying to shade off the sun for those in attendance here today at Palm Springs Stadium. For those rooting for the Jacks, they've been treated to a good one.
Johnson, another foul. This one going to just leave the seats.
A similar spot. This one just clear in the seats. I'll tell you what, Ethan, I'm a lot more glad that these foul balls are going to the right side as opposed to the left. I'm liking a lot more of these righty hitters because these lefties at the plate, it could knock out my car windshield with one of those foul balls.
Definitely could do so. Not sure if we've already had one this season. I feel like I haven't heard any.
I haven't heard
window
one
cracked yet, but
the only glass breaking we've heard is from our great team on the soundboard.
Yeah, the fake soundboard. Got to get that in always. Always got to get it in. 3-2 going to be pulled away. Comes the runner, and Villanueva will score.
Another run on the pass ball. Walk brings another runner onto the base paths, though. So now Ducks on the pond, 2 away. $17 runs for the Jacks on only 14 hits. They've been capitalizing with runners in scoring position as another one goes behind the batter.
So runner will stay put at third, but Johnson will advance to second.
So it's the Jacks who've scored 4+ runs in 3 straight innings, looking for a 4th straight inning with 4 or more, and have that 4th run standing in scoring position. Reminder for fans, our next ball game here at Palm Springs Stadium for the PSEL just kicking off 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. So don't go anywhere because we got a lot more fun baseball coming your way shortly after this.
Be another pass ball. Runners now will stay put here. Along 4 total games happening today in day 1 at for the PSEL, I should say, at Palm Springs Stadium, and the turf field behind us. Game started at 8:30 this morning. This game we picked up with you guys started at 9. And every game starts about 30 minutes after the first one ends.
Being opening day, 4 games slate today. Sometimes you'll usually see 3 in a day with only 1 game on those backfields right behind us in right center field. Today a little bit different. I have the full slate of games with only 1 team getting the off day with 9 teams in the league. There's always going to be 1 team who gets the off day. Now forces a meeting onto the mound after yet another walk, as you've said. So it's the Bootleggers with the off day today. Slated for an 11:30 start here at Palm Springs Stadium between the Grizzly and North Stars. Likely going to be starting that one a little bit later. It was the Bombers over the Haymakers in Game 1 at the turf field. That final score was 15-8 in favor of the Bombers.
High-scoring affairs so far in our first 2 games here.
Yeah, a lot of runs being scored.
If you like offense, opening day is here for you.
If you like offense in general, the PSCL is here for you. Especially at that turf field, a little bit smaller fields, a little bit more of a hitter's, I wouldn't say paradise, but compared to this stadium.
Hey, we did see already a home run today from the Blue Sox. 3-run bomb from Arredondo. Colo Desmond up for the Lumberjacks. Came in to pinch hit, had a RBI single.
Just really struggling to find the strike zone right now, excuse me. Got to put anything across the plate and trust your defense.
That'll be another walk for Guanillo. And that run will come across and move on to the next inning.
All the runners will score.
Let's see here if they're going to call this one. It looks like that will be the end of this one after top half of the 6th will play. The Lumberjacks win 22-5 over the Blue Sox. Sam, what more else can you say about this Lumberjacks offense here today?
I mean, it was a little bit of a slow start for them, but once they got to the second time through, they looked like this offense that we've seen all year, not all year long, but over the years for this Jacks team, winning 5 of the last 8 championships in the PSCL. Kind of a dynasty brewing with this team. Not kind of, already a dynasty brewing and looking to cement their legacy even more as a dynasty, and you're seeing why they're among the best of the best in this league.
Yeah, we see exactly that as they take a great start here in Game 1 for the Lumberjacks, Game 1 of their season. For Ethan Oliveras, thanks for joining us, and for Sam Egan, we appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll be back on the call after this 30-minute break here as the next game will start shortly. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys after the break.